Welcome to Thoroughbred Action at Gulfstream Park. Brian Natta with you on a huge 10-race Sunday card here at Gulfstream Park. Why? Because there's a mandatory payout in the Rainbow Six. That kicks off in race number 5. Let's send it upstairs to track announcer Pete Aiello for your course and weather conditions.
Racing at Gulfstream. Dance to Remember was away quickly, moving out the rail. Alluring Serenity is on the move. Headstrong between horses. Balatia takes back. Starship Discovery looks to work over. Dance to Remember is in the blue. At the rail, that's Souffle on Fire with Starship Elation the gray. Wide at the back is Colorful Lady. They sort themselves out, chasing the speed of Alluring Serenity and Amisael Jaramillo. They're on top by almost 2. Dance to Remember is now second. Balatia is a handful, racing in third. Up to the outside, Colorful Lady a bit deep around the first turn, while a joint third now. In between horses goes Starship Discovery. Souffle on Fire is now shuffled to last, passed by Starship Elation. 24-2 for the opening quarter. They're less than 5 furlongs from the wire. Alluring Serenity has the lead by almost a length. From the outside, that's a Colorful Lady moving a closer second now with Dance to Remember alongside her. Morelos deciding where and who he wants to follow on Starship Discovery, who's racing between horses. Souffle on Fire wants to follow her. Outside is Starship Elation, and Balatia drops to last. They speed around the far turn through a 48 1/2 mile. They haven't got to Alluring Serenity yet. She's at the 5/16 on top by 2. Dance to Remember is now second. Decisions being made for Starship Discovery. Starship Elation looping up on the outside. They move by 3/4 and 112 flat, and they straighten for the drive. The Starship runners are trying to get Alluring Serenity. It's Alluring Serenity, an 1/8 of a mile out with a 2-length lead. Starship Elation, Starship Discovery still chasing. Final 1/16 of a mile. Alluring Serenity almost home. Starship Elation, Starship Discovery. Alluring Serenity needs the wire. Starship Elation diving. Alluring Serenity holds. They're off. Not a good start for Moto Salvaje. The favorite was away excellent. It's Lady Lullaby reaching out for the early advantage. Make Your Wish. Driving through to take on the leader. Up on the outside, questionable decisions. Angled off the inside is Authentic Wave. And it's down at the inside, the Cams girl racing in the red cap on a strong grip. Outside, Yalorde is between horses. Then it's back to Chabalita. 3 more to Turkish Flame, and Moto Salvaje is lingering at the back of the field. The trailer is Guava Berry. The leader is Lady Lullaby. They went 22-2 for the opening quarter, and Lady Lullaby leads by 1.5 lengths. Questionable decisions asked to quicken, but losing ground to the leader. At the inside, Make Your Wish is now third. Fourth is Authentic Wave. Cam's girls along the rail. They reach the final 1/4 mile. Lady Lullaby still the target. 3 wide. Authentic Wave is on a roll. Questionable decisions. Tries to get emboldened by that challenge. From behind the speed, Cam's girl, they're on their way home. The favorite is empty. On the far outside, Authentic Wave. Questionable decisions. Kicks with her. At the rail, long shot. Make Your Wish is fired a big shot. And Make Your Wish is the leader. Final 1/16 of a mile. Make Your Wish has the lead. She's 30-1. Make Your Wish brings the upset to beat Authentic Wave with questionable decisions third.
Any success that we've enjoyed is directly attributable to the men and women who first bring horses to us to sell. You got to have good product. If we're able to attract quality horses to our sale with quality men and women selling them, we're going to have good sales. Everything that we do is going to be to achieve success tomorrow by doing things right today. It's a commitment to get up and do the right thing every day in a consistent and a professional fashion, and that's a great recipe for success long term.
Renegade. And they're off. Fredericksburg a step slower than the others. Good start for J Squared and Calvino. They're the first two to break the line. A good early spot for Last Run. Gets over nicely to race in third. Fourth is Gemstone Warrior with Will of a Warrior on his outside. And the early trailer is Fredericksburg. So after an early tussle, J Squared asserts his superiority and leads around the turn for Zayas by a length and a half. Calvino is second. Last Run is third, Gemstone Warrior fourth. It's a stacking field. Outside fifth, Will of a Warrior, and the trailer is Fredericksburg. 24-2 for the opening quarter speed. They have less than 6 furlongs to run. J Squared on the class drop, comfortable in a rhythm on top, a length and a quarter. Calvino is second from Last Run, who's now third. Fredericksburg on a mid-race move, but he's got not much room to work. Gemstone Warrior is at the inside, and Will of a Warrior remains out in the center, commits to a wide run while about 3 lengths behind. They went to half in 48-3, and they leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Calvino to have a crack at J Squared. J Squared only narrowly. Calvino is second. Fredericksburg needs a way through. Checking off heels is Gemstone Warrior. Will of a Warrior sent to light on the far outside, and Last Run is between horses. They reach the top of the stretch. J Squared appears to be coming up empty. He needs to do better than this. Calvino striding forward. Will of a Warrior on the outside. Fredericksburg at the rail. 4 in line as they straighten for the drive. Fredericksburg got through. Will of a Warrior, J Squared, emboldened by the challenge. He's still fighting right on. Final eighth of a mile. Fredericksburg, J Squared, Will of a Warrior out in the middle. Will of a Warrior and Fredericksburg from between. It's J Squared. Final 16th of a mile. Fredericksburg along the rail. Fredericksburg wins. Fredericksburg for Bernie Campos gets the job done. Will of a Warrior second. J Squared third. 141 flat. In line, ready for a start. They're off. It's Chance on Me in the middle who wins the break. Moving out the rail, first-timer Julio Cesar is on to go, and Julio Cesar is up to take over the advantage from Chance on Me. Away third is Techno Music. Wide on the course is Cadenced from behind the speed. Tacitap is running up on heels. He's taken a strong hold while about 3 lengths behind. Campaneris is next. Then it's back to Restray ahead of Rocky Lagoon. The trailer is Lufkin. Julio Cesar along the inside, Chance on Me on the outside, locked up heads apart through a 24-second opening quarter. RML has Techno Music in the clear third, and the first start around 2 turns from Cadence, who's wide on the course in fourth. 2 back to Tacitap, engaged by Restray for that position. Then it's Rocky Lagoon. 2 more to Campaneris, and still at the back is Lufkin. They run to the half-mile point. Julio Cesar leads with an inside edge. He has a lead by about a neck. Techno Music is second through a 48-2 half-mile. In the middle, it's Chance on Me. Cadenced is fourth. Restray between horses. Tacitap along the rail. Then Rocky Lagoon sent 4 wide for a run. 4 in front of Lufkin as they round the far turn. Here's Techno Music with a bold bid 3 wide to take over the advantage. Julio Cesar tries to fight on. Chance on Me in the middle. 3 back to Rocky Lagoon, who's into fourth, trying to gain ground with Restray along the rail. Then it's Cadenced. He's dropped back here after 3 quarters in 112-3. Techno Music has the lead. Rocky Lagoon continues to make ground out in the center. They're an eighth of a mile from home, and Techno Music has 3.5 lengths to work with. Rocky Lagoon has made a sustained run into second, but time is ticking away. Restray is at the rail, but Techno Music's a winner. Techno Music gives Jaramillo 2 on the day to win by 3.5 lengths. Rocky Lagoon second, Restray third. Very close for fourth, but I think Lufkin might have got up at 141-3. Start the Rainbow Six. First-timer Suna begins well. Another first-timer Tappett's Mischief. The 2 stablemates both away well and both away quickly. They've opened 2.5 on Diamond's Honor, who comes away third. Sapphire Girl is ahead of only 1, and that's the late-running favorite, Queen McKenzie. Down the backstretch they go. It's Suna in front by half a length. Tappett's Mischief alongside in second. Moving out the rail, that's Diamonds Honor, blue colors, and in-hand third for Panici. Sapphire Girl is in the white and red out in the center. Red blinkers of Queen Mackenzie at odds on last of all, but not far away. The opening quarter quite reasonable, just 23-2. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn. Tappett's Mischief has a crack at Suna. The stablemates continue to spar. Diamonds Honor third at the inside as the pace starts to lift. 3 wide Sapphire Girl, Queen Mackenzie scrubbed on in the middle. Still last of all. Sweezy runners still 1-2 with 5/16 to go. Suna has the rail and the lead for Camacho. Tappett's Mischief now's going to go on full attack mode from second. Sapphire Girl is third. Queen Mackenzie with a lot to do at the rail. Diamonds Honor, they're on their way home. This leader's got something in the tank here. Suna, an eighth of a mile out, switches leads on cue and pours it on. Final furlong 7-1 on Suna, getting away. On the outside, it's Sapphire Girl trying to get into second from Tappett's Mischief. Suna, debut winner, sharpened victory by 4 in the end. Sapphire Girl was second ahead of Tappett's Mischief third, and fourth was Diamonds Honor, 124 flat. From the middle, my favorite topic gets the first call. Vino Santo put into play. Vino Santo to the top. My favorite topic is now second on the far outside. It's My Great Illusion. Titan is 4 wide. 3 wide, Get Ready to Rock. Moving out the rail, it's Kalimba in front of Ocala Rocket. Then the favorite, Venezuelan Hope, gets over to about the 3 path from the outside draw. Then at the rail, it's Papa Funny. The one lagging way back early is Mustang Bay. To the backstretch they go, Vino Santo, and a nice rhythm from Morelos on top, a length and a quarter. My favorite topic is in the pressing position in second. 3 wide, Get Ready to Rock now third. From between horses, it's Titan along the rail, Kalimba. Wide on the outside, My Great Illusion. Then it's back to Ocala Rocket, who's in stride with Venezuelan Hope. They're 2 better than Papa Funny. The trailer is Mustang Bay as the field of 10 have 4.5 furlongs to run. They went to half in 48 seconds flat. Get Ready to Rock, not making things easy for the top 2. Vino Santo pushed along by My Favorite Topic, who's pushed along by Get Ready to Rock. Far outside, My Great Illusion. In the middle, it's Titan along the rail, Kalimba. The favorite's getting started. 5 wide he commits. It's Venezuelan Hope on the outside. Then it's back to Ocala Rocket, who's being eased out of the race ahead of Mustang Bay and Papa Funny. They run for home. 3 quarters, 1:11-4. They're at the top of the lane. Vino Santo still has the lead. To the attack one more time, My Favorite Topic. 3 back to Venezuelan Hope, who finds his best stride late in the game. Final eighth of a mile. The leader is still Vino Santo. Second, My Favorite Topic. Third, Venezuelan Hope. To the wire, Vino Santo. He'll win again, and he wins by 2. Up for second, Venezuelan Hope. Back to third, My Favorite Topic. Fourth was Get Ready to Rock, then Papa Funny.
At the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance, we believe in giving every thoroughbred a second chance.
And thanks to you, the owners, trainers, breeders, and every supporter, you've created a ripple effect of change that's helping these magnificent animals move on to new careers and safe, fulfilling lives after racing.
Every single donation, whether big or small, is contributing to a brighter future.
But this race is just beginning. Because of you, we have gained incredible momentum and we're ready for more.
And they're off. From the rail, Ibrahimovic comes out firing and goes looking for the early lead from Brigade Commander, who's away in second. Ironsides is on the outside. Sambaru is along the rail. Lights of Broadway is working in tight between them. Then it's Junction Road, and out the back early is Paris Surprise, but he's not far away. No more than 5 lengths from first to last. They chase Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic off the maiden score, leads by 1.5 lengths. Brigade Commander is second. Sambaru is third, down at the inside, 1.5 lengths better than Ironside's fourth. Then it's Lights of Broadway ahead of Paris Surprise, and Junction Road with the last spot here. He's down toward the rail. 25 seconds for a very reasonable opening quarter. They have less than 5 furlongs to go. They have Ibrahimovic to catch. He leads by almost a length. Brigade Commander is poised to strike. Pink Cap second. Sambaru is in between them now, racing in third. Ironside's on the outside. Paris Surprise making a backstretch blitz. Then back to Lights of Broadway, and the trailer is Junction Road. They leave the backstretch and move on to the far turn, and Ironsides is turning up the pressure on the leader, Ibrahimovic. Brigade Commander is from between horses, then back to Lights of Broadway. Paris Surprise gets started 4 wide. Sambaru is along the rail. The trailer is Junction Road. The leader now is Ironsides. Ironsides at a giant price has come away with the lead a quarter of a mile from home. Ibrahimovic, emboldened by the challenge, he fights right back here. Off the turn and the stretch drive, Ibrahimovic, an eighth of a mile from home, 2.5 in front now. Ironsides is second, from between horses, Lights of Broadway, down the center, Paris Surprise. Junction Road is on late. Final 16th of a mile, Ibrahimovic with a winning lead. Ibrahimovic by 2 in the end. Junction Road second, Lights of Broadway third in 1:39 and 3. And they're off. Messy break from Downing Street. Good start for KC Chief, taken on for the advantage by Baytown Parfait, and on their outside, Battle of Dover's not far away. Farther out, that's Ticking, who gets away in fourth. Tightened up down inside, off heels went Baytown Parfait. Riding the rail is Smart Striker with Navy Cross between horses. Tigre comes off the inside. Nate the Great ducks over from the outside. Then it's back to Las Olas, and after a messy start, Downing Street is last. Around the first turn they go. On the outside, Battle of Dover toward the inside, KC Chief locked up heads apart. From the far outside, Tigre. He was the rail runner leaving the starting gate, but now 4 wide on the course, with Ticking racing in fourth. Fifth at the rail, that's Baytown Parfait. Navy Cross held up for a run between horses. Then back to Nate the Great ahead of Smart Striker, who's working off the inside. Second last is still Las Olas. The trailer remains Downing Street. 46-4 for the opening half mile. They didn't mess around in the second quarter, and up on the outside, Tigre injecting lots of pace into the race. Battling hard and right back at him is KC Chief, from between horses, Battle of Dover. Getting started on the outside is Ticking. Navy Cross, no place to go. At the rail, that's the run from Baytown Parfait. Working hard while wide is Nate the Great. Smart Striker's got a ton of traffic ahead of him. Torres trying to feed him some racetrack through 3 quarters in 1:10 and 2. Off the turn and the stretch drive, KC Chief, he's battling bravely, and he still has the lead. Tigre runs at him, Ticking is next. Nate the Great down the stand side. They come past the 8th pole. It's Tigre launching at KC Chief. Navy Cross in the middle. Far outside, Nate the Great. They're swarming in with the advantage, KC Chief. Nate the Great on the outside. KC Chief wins. And rough away. In the middle, Seeking by the Storm gets the first call and goes looking for the lead. Let's Dance again away in good shape. Up on the outside, Trumpetta. From fourth, it's Tinta Roja. She's in a good spot early. Then it's Luge Redemption, who races from fifth. 2 better than True Myth. The 2 at the back are Smart Style and Pemberley. In the run around the first turn, jockey Heriberto Figueroa sends long shot Seeking by the Storm to the top, leads by a length and a quarter. Up on the outside, Trumpetta, from between horses, Let's Dance again. At the rail, Tinta Roja perfectly positioned by Vasquez, fourth at the inside. 2 back to Luge Redemption, another 2 to True Myth, then Smart Style, and Pemberley is last. The quarter speed was 24-1. They have less than 5 furlongs to run. Seeking by the Storm is in front 3 parts of a length. Trumpetta's on the outside in second. Let's Dance again is an in-hand third. She's looking to angle back outside, so she'll need Trumpetta to go on with it. From the inside, it's Tinta Roja. 2 back to Luge Redemption, then Smart Style. Outside, True Myth. The trailer is Pemberley. The leader is Seeking by the Storm. To the far turn they go, Seeking by the Storm has the lead. Trumpetta is second. Reyes is where he wants to be now on Let's Dance Again, and she makes her move 3 wide. 4 wide, Luge Redemption. Tinta Roja held up for a run, needs racing room. Then back to the outside, it's True Myth as they reach the top of the stretch. Let's Dance Again, striding forward at the rail. Tinta Roja, Stretch Danger from between horses, Seeking by the Storm. Then Luge Redemption, Pemberley on the stand side. They come past the 8th pole. Tinta Roja got the right trip. Vasquez waited as long as he could, and he's now front and center on the winning favorite, Tinta Roja, who's 2 in front. Let's Dance Again second, Pemberley third, Luge Redemption fourth.
That's a wrap on the 10-race Sunday card. We'll take a little time off. Back with you for the traditional Friday return here in a 3-day racing week. And don't forget, next Saturday, the second division of the Florida Stallion Series.